One More Turn. Episode 103, 11,236.
Owner's Log, Supplemental. The owner of Max's Lasers Removal has given me liberal creative direction in the redesign of his website, even though his budget is a fraction of the smallest slice of pie you can possibly think of. Pie. My task for today, though, is to finishing finding and squashing all the bugs in a program that has brought another of my clients' businesses to a screeching halt. Fine, he's my only other client. The work I do for him pays well enough to keep us upper, lower, or lower middle class, though, depending on the season and inflation. Yet I can't stop thinking about Hudson Riley. It turns out that a man by that very name designed the first courthouse of the town. The building Max referred to that is near his place of business was named after the guy because its first owner was one of his many offspring. Needless to say, I'm not disappointed it doesn't have anything to do with those calls the other day. Or am I? It's possible that...
Carson!
It's possible that Riley or Hudson or both of them were named after the designer. Then again, I looked up the number Hudson called me from. Is that creepy that I did that?
Carson, where you at, bro?
I mean, if Hudson didn't want me to know where he and Riley lived, then why would he call me from his home number? Or is it Riley's? Maybe it's neither. I don't know. That last name on the listing and the first initial doesn't match either of them, so...
There you are. Didn't you hear me yelling your name? You're playing ship's captain again, aren't you? Captain Carson of the USS One More Turn Solutions. Wait, you're recording it too? Don't even think for a moment that I'm going to let you put that into some time capsule for our descendants to facepalm over.
Where have you been? The meeting couldn't have gone on for that long, and the last time you obeyed the speed limit, I think cellular phones were still science fiction. Speaking of, did you not think to send me a text that you were going to be late?
We'll find out next week whether or not we get the contract. The rep I met with said she needed to confer with her silent partner before making a decision.
That's going to take the better part of a week. We've already spent weeks at this as it is.
Women, man, every month they get a time where...
Cripes, Caleb. How can you be older and less mature than I am at the same time?
Practice makes perfect.
Again, where did you go after the meeting?
I drove by that address you'd called up on your screen.
Why are you even looking at my screen?
Why do you never remember to log off the network before you leave? I always do. You may be more mature, but I'm more professional.
That is, without a doubt, one of the more painful sentences I've ever heard, and I know you all my life.
Look, all I did was just that, drive by.
It was miles out of your way to go. Money for gas doesn't grow on trees.
Okay, you got me. I didn't drive by the place.
You let someone else drive the car? Our car? Unbelievable. Were they insured at least?
Not exactly.
How exactly?
I saw from the back seat a copy of Pedro's insurance registration.
Pedro, is that... Did you take a taxi? A taxi? Have you lost what little mind you were born with?
Hey, like you're always harping on me about, quote, money for gas doesn't grow on trees, unquote.
I'm gonna be old and gray before this conversation gets anywhere at this rate.
Well, I don't know about the old part, but wait a minute. Not that I thought I'd paid much attention to such things, but this morning you had enough arm hair to conceal a small rodent. Where did it go? Where did you go, and how did you get there?
Burned off. Max laser removal. Cycled respectively. So, what did you see at this address?
The building.
Insightful observation, Detective. Can you be more specific?
An old building?
Caleb!
I don't know what it is you're looking to know. How about you be more specific about your expectations, and I'll go around and take another look.
Yes, now you're talking. But no, wait. I'd rather...
With that inability to make a decision, let alone communicate one, it's clear you'd make a pretty crappy boss. Oh, wait.
Don't get snippy with me, or I'll tell Mom.
Seriously, you're the mature one?
Good afternoon, ma'am, and welcome to One More Turn Solutions. How can I... Correction, how can we be of service?
You're that YouTube guy.
What guy?
11,236
Begging your pardon, but is that number supposed to mean something to me?
views.
Is the universal translator that is my brain malfunctioning? Because although I know the word like I know the number, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Wow, only 9,500 yesterday, and it's been online for more than a month. I gotta see this for myself.
It really is you in that YouTube video, Carson. I've always wanted to meet an internet celebrity.
Riley?
One More Turn. Written and created by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Edited by Andrew Fuzzy Fractal 42 and Dark Cloud. Directed and produced by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Episode 103, 11,236. Characters in order of appearance. Carson voiced by Scott, Alpha Shard, Dirk, Caleb voiced by Michael, Uber Mark Lar, Bryant, Riley voiced by Stephanie, Mac Alua. Sounds courtesy freesound.org. Music by Kevin MacLeod. Visit the official One More Turn website at onemoreturn.net. Copyright Civilized Communication at civcom.net. On the next episode of One More Turn, Caleb finds himself in the hot seat.
I told you Hudson had nothing to do with the arrangement in question. How did you figure out where my place is? And more importantly, why did you go by there?
Carson feels left in the dark.
He made his way into the conversation you two had this morning as well, the nature of which both of you have conveniently avoided telling me anything about.
While Gary pushes Riley to disclose.
I told you, Gary, I would reveal myself if and when I'm good and ready.
Riley, it's time to fill in the brother's dork on what this is all about.